Sporty greetings. Let's talk about UFC Saudi Arabia. Is it over for Israel Adesanya? Is the Stylebender officially on retirement watch? Is it time for him to quit? These are valid questions during day after Israel Adesanya was condemned to his third straight loss on Saturday night against Nassourdine Imavov at UFC Saudi Arabia. Adesanya, let's go back, shamed his critics in April 2023 by knocking out Alex Pereira at the fourth time of asking to regain the UFC middleweight strap, and said yes, he's back, because remember, he made a record out of that one. But then he lost to Sean Strickland and Dracos Duplessis. They handed him back-to-back defeats, and that was when things started falling apart for the Stylebender. Heading into this fight with Imavov, Adesanya needed to win to stay at the middleweight top table, but Imavov has now denied him that privilege in devastating fashion. Now with this defeat, Adesanya might even drop out of the top 5. The Stylebender got off to a decent start. I watched it, I was like, oh, okay, he's looking good, he's in shape. You know, he landed several heavy leg kicks and made good use of his in and out footwork. But Imavov was good with, going forward, and sometimes he sat down on his shots. The former middleweight champion, Adesanya, was sent tumbling to the canvas by a huge right hand and then finished on the floor by some heavy ground and pound midway through the second round. That second round lasted only 30 seconds. Can you believe it? This fight game is just so unpredictable. And nobody would say they saw this coming, because I thought that Israel Adesanya was in good shape. I listened to Francis Ngannou saying he looked younger, that he's ready to go out there, do his thing. And easy, before and after a fight, is going to, pump up the atmosphere. It brings the sort of aura that makes him the champ that he is. So before the fight, I was so certain. I mean, no disrespect to Imavov. He was, I think, ranked 5th in the middleweight division. And with everything that Israel Adesanya has been through with his career, that's a legend of the sport, irrespective of all of the weak criticisms I've been seeing online, asking for him to retire. It's all over. Israel Adesanya has nothing to give again. 3 straight defeats, 4 losses out of his last 5 fights. Nobody's talking about where the man has been coming from since 2018. All of the beautiful times, the moments he has given to, mixed martial arts. But that's the world we live in. I'm not saying people didn't celebrate him, but I'm not hearing the sort of noise, that I'm hearing now. When people should calm down and talk about this guy that's got greatness written all over his MMA career. That's a future Hall of Famer. No cap. Everyone can see. The records are there, So I was, pumped up for this one. It'd be good to see Israel Adesanya, beat Imavov, have a shot again to go for the title. He knows how to get things pumped up. Dana knows that easy, knows the business. He knows how to bring everything together and give us a good fight. But hey, as I said, the fight game can be really funny, so unpredictable. You never know what's going on. It takes just one left hook, one good right punch, one Hail Mary kick, and the lights will go off. And that's what happened to Israel Adesanya, today at UFC Saudi Arabia. Let's just go through some of the things that I saw before the fight. Yesterday, Israel Adesanya put out this tweet, and he spoke some pidgin language. He's a proper Naija boy, and he had to go local. He said, "Time don't land, guys. It means the time has come. There will be blood on the sand." That's normal fighter's mentality. He needs to get it pumped up. He needs to get us ready. He needs to also psych himself that, look, I'm Israel Adesanya. I'm the guy who has, made all of these records, who have, successfully defended my, my strap when I had it. So I have to get into that mood going into fight, Nassourdine Imavov. But hey, it is what it is. What happened. And right after the fight, a lot of is it time for Israel to quit? Is it over? Some say it's time for him to say goodbye. Oh, others say, oh, he has nothing to give again to the sport. Israel Adesanya is just 35. He will be 36 July the 22nd this year. I think he can go to 2-3 more years, you know. And if he stays competitive, he might want to go till he's 40. And he's got the quality. I saw him today. He looked good. He looked athletic. His movement wasn't poor, you know. He was a top athlete, you know, but now that he has lost, everyone will forget about that and just focus on it's all over. Israel Adesanya call it quit, throwing the towel, no quality again. But I love what he said, you know, a bit humbled, but he said this, I don't know what's next. I have to chill and then think about things. I'll relax for a little bit, just help the teammates who have fights coming up and see what I want to do. I was going to do that anyway, but now I'm forced to. Shout out to Nassourdine Imavov for that. Pregnant with meanings, isn't it? More like, was it getting ready to call it quits, you know, and then this has not happened? I think Israel Adesanya can still fight, you know. I don't know, but defeat can really, you know, take a bad mental blow on someone's, you know, confidence. So I won't be shocked if he makes an announcement that it's over. But hey, I like the fact that he wants to relax. Easy, take your time, you know, let it all sink in. Assist the young fighters, you know, in your corner. You're a legend of the sport, you know, teach them, guide them, be the mentor that you've been. I think that's very important. And yes, I've seen so much online, people trying to create some bad blood. But I love the fact that these fighters are professionals and they always carry that sportsmanship, that, you know, spirit of fair play in our world of sports. And so I saw Izzy and Imavov backstage, and Izzy was telling him, well done, you're a good fighter, gave him his flowers, no love lost, you know. It was good to see, and that's what I always want to promote. It's not win at all costs, you know, and that's really good for, you know, for the sport. I see it amongst fighters, and it's so admirable. Loads of criticisms online, but I'm not looking at that. But I love what Khabib said, and Khabib was realistic when he said nobody can be the same for a long time. I totally agree. You know, Izzy has been coming, made his debut in 2018. From 2019 till this fight against Imavov, he has never been in a non-title fight. That's to tell you how competitive he has always been, how intense Izzy's fights have always been. Preparing for those fights. Let's also talk about when he was defending his title. I think he did that about 5 times successfully. Talk about the other times when he was chasing the belt again. Don't forget, put some respect on his name. Israel Adesanya is the only fighter that has beaten Alex Pereira, you know. And he did it, you know, in style. Did it at a time that Pereira looked so, you know, invincible. But Izzy went out there, did his thing. Particularly at the time when you thought that, oh, mentally he was out of place after the first defeat. And remember, he has been chasing that for like forever from their kickboxing days. So that tells you that that's a top fighter right there, Israel Adesanya. A lot of talks, but I just want to let people know some of the insane facts that Israel Adesanya have on mixed martial arts. You know, he will be, I told you, he competed this fight with Imavov. That's his first non-title fight since facing Anderson Silva at UFC 234 in February 2019. February 2019, Izzy has been coming all of their title fights until UFC Saudi Arabia that he went against Nassourdine Imavov. So put some respect, you know, on his name. Adesanya had 12 title fights in a row and won 8 out of 12 in a row. That's some competitive stuff right there, you know. That's not the sort of guy people should be looking at now and say, oh, it's all over because he's got 4 L's to his name. No, that's disrespectful. When you go back, take a look at his records, you know that this guy, nah. Okay, let's talk about the last two defeats, maybe the one against Dracos that he tapped out, and I think it was still Izzy's fault because he had that fight, Also, even if the loss to Sean Strickland, I thought he was in it also, But as I said, the fight game can be so unpredictable, Even at UFC Saudi Arabia, who would have thought? Because right after that eye poke, I thought he would have just used his 10 seconds, chill out, easy, refresh. But he just wanted to get the job done. And so he looked at referee Mark and said, no, don't worry. And that was when Imavov struck, So I think he also wanted to prove a point. I think the pressure got to him. He just wanted to remind people that, look, I'm Israel Adesanya, the Stylebender, who has rocked the middleweight division for a long time. Put some respect to my name, I think if he had just taken his time, let that 10 seconds go out, refresh, he just wanted to attack right away. And when Imavov saw that, he countered it and then, dropped the right punch on Izzy, and that was it. And Izzy at some point too was mad with referee Mark Goddard. I think ref did the right thing, Izzy. He was already down and this guy was going for the kill. The referee just needed to protect Israel Adesanya, and he did just that. So I can go on and on and start telling you all of Izzy's records right from when he made his debut in UFC in February 2018. But people might just start coming again. Austin, that's past glory. And I know, let's give respect to whom respect is due. Israel Adesanya is a legend of Ultimate Fighting Championship and a future Hall of Famer. That one, his place is already guaranteed. What Izzy has done for the sport, the attention, the business, no, we need to give him some respect. 2 times UFC middleweight champion, has 12 title fights, as I said, with 8 title wins, second most title wins in UFC middleweight history. He got wins over Whitaker twice, Vittori twice, Silva, Pereira, Kelvin, Costa, Romero, Jared, Brunson, and Tavares. Put some respect on his name, guy. Put some respect on that name, Israel Adesanya. No disrespect. I will not tolerate it. No disrespect should come on Israel Adesanya, So shout out to Izzy. Even in defeat, take your glory, take your crown, go back, as you said, chill, take some time out to look at it, analyze the situation properly, assess it the best way you can, because you're the one in it. And if you feel you still have moments to give, the fighting community, Izzy, your place cannot be taken. You're my Niger brother. I remember when I met Izzy, I think it was 2018, such a fantastic guy, And since that time, I've always said, look, forget the fact that I'm Nigerian. This guy is a huge ambassador to, the fighting community, to young children, the different grassroots work Israel Adesanya, has done in New Zealand, in Nigeria, and other parts of the world. It's been a fantastic role model. So Izzy, I did for you. All the best. Stay focused. Nigeriano, they carry last. You're a champ through and through. Keep winning, bro. I'll be back again. That's it.